right, everyone. We are missing 3 players today because of real life stuff that is going on. They are fine. Everybody is okay. It's approaching summertime and people are going and doing their things. So everyone's okay. They're just not available today. So a couple things before we do get started, though. If you know someone who wants to play an achievement campaign, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about getting into a one-shot or getting on the waitlist for a campaign slot. We also have the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric, where we have a ton of announcements that came out this week, including one that we will be announcing later today. We also have the GM tip videos and archives over on YouTube. We have the clip contest going on in Discord, and we have the reference site over at toyvoarpg.com. Lastly, we have 2 brand new products this week on the website. One is the Kawaii Con Tiki's floating bar bottle openers. If you like Kawaii's Con Tiki floating bar, go pick up a bottle opener. They float and they are amazing. We also have the Vagradan Edition t-shirt because the Spirits End Fellowship completed their campaign on Monday. After 134 episodes, they managed to finally defeat Vagradan with a single blow.
Yeah, whoa, I'm impressed.
It was very impressive. It was a lot of fun. Go check out that episode. That is over on YouTube, and it is a really cool, fun ending for them. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get you guys started. We are going to be doing a bit of a historical episode today. So we are going to be running with different characters because we have so few people. We decided to go ahead and put off the main storyline for 2 weeks in order to allow everyone to be here for the main storyline. So we're going to be going back and doing a bit of a historical exploration into what has been going on out in the world, specifically out in the Shantaran Grove. So we're going to go back in time a bit here. As we approach the Shantaran Grove, the camera is going to pan across a beautiful seaside beach with a couple of docks. The beauty and calmness of this space is palpable. You guys are currently located here, having just decided to come down to the beach and check on the latest cargo shipments. You are residents of the Shantaran Grove, and this is your normal everyday job. You don't see any shipments at the moment, but there may be some later today. Can we please describe what we see when we look at you, Addie? Addie von Winkle.
Yeah, it looks like I don't see any ships right off.
But what do we see when we look at you?
Oh, when you look at me, you see a high elf. I'm about 5'9". I have silver hair. And I guess in elf terms, I'm still kind of young, but I'm 52 human years old. Proficient with longsword and javelin, so I have my longsword at my side and javelins in a thing on my back.
Okay.
And I am a paladin, which
awesome.
Hopefully can come in handy sometime.
Are you wearing full plate armor?
No, I am wearing chainmail because I can move easier in the chainmail than in the full plate.
Okay.
So
awesome.
That was my decision on that one.
Cool. And Kalade Moonglow.
You see an Eladrin woman who definitely who stands about 5 feet tall. Let's see, I need to roll 1d3 to see which phase of the moon she expresses right. Full moon. So she is wearing white sorcerer's robes today. She Her hair is also silver, and she glows with a very faint white light.
So as the two of you are here on the coast of the Shintaran Grove, there are no ships. What would you like to do? It's a beautiful day here in the Fey Realms. Not a care in the world.
I think I'd like to catalog the various types of crabs in the water, if there are any.
There's a couple small ones.
Well, I can go up and see if any have come up on the beach, and because there are some species that actually will dig a hole on the beach
Yep.
and lay their
Let's
eggs.
see
So
that.
I will go up and check those too for
Okay.
you. So we're going to catalog crabs, I guess.
Awesome. Please roll a nature check. Unfortunately, you're unable to find any of those crab holes. Addie, you are able to find them. You know exactly where to do so. In fact, you've probably scouted these before.
I used to be fascinated with them when I was a kid, so I'd dig them up.
Okay.
And then my daddy would tell me, no, no, leave those alone. Those are babies.
So what do you do with them now?
I take them to um, Kalina. Is that how we say it? Kalini?
Kalane.
Kalane. I'll get there.
I For some reason I always end up choosing like really hard to pronounce names.
It's like calamine, but calamine. Calamine lotion, right? As notes are being taken.
I'm gonna marvel at the crab for a little bit. Just like kind of like take some mental notes for my journal later. And just kind of look at Addie and say, see, this is why I hang out with you so much. You're so good
They're,
at finding things.
well, these are really small because they're young, but as they grow, they actually turn kind of red. They're kind of whitish colored now, but they actually turn kind of red as they mature. And of course, those pinchers on the front will get much larger, but they're pretty cool. My dad used to bring me down here and we'd look for crabs, but that's been many, 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 many moons ago.
Many moons. I love that turn of phrase.
How many crab did you collect?
I found about 6.
6? Okay.
Hmm.
Enough for a nice lunch. Awesome.
And I do love me some crab.
Sweet. So, as you guys are sitting here, you've collected some crabs. You look across the ocean. It's a wonderful morning. You don't see any ships coming in at the moment. Ready to go back towards the village? Towards the gate of the city?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are heading in that direction, you're going to smell something unpleasant yet familiar on the wind.
Hey, I smell something unpleasant but familiar.
One job on this shit. You realize
From whence
that.
does a sense of familiarity strike?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
I said, from whence does that sense of familiarity strike?
From within the woods. In the direction of the city gates, in fact. It smells like that sweet sickliness of death mixed with the fungal rot of mushrooms. A
That
bit of
sounds kind of gross.
with a hint of that pungent nose-piercing skunk.
I think we may be in trouble, Callanan. That doesn't smell
see what's.
good.
Shall we go see what's going on?
Definitely. But be prepared for anything.
So, as the two of you go searching for the source of this smell, it's going to take a bit, and you will find an area where there are footsteps, where someone has stomped around, presumably collecting berries. The bushes in this area have been torn apart. It's been devastated. Whoever was doing this harvesting really tore these bushes up. It does not look to be an animal.
Dear, that's not very sustainable.
Yeah. Did you tell them?
Oh, no.
He says he's up, so
Okay.
here in a minute.
Well, you look around for the source of this. Can I get you guys to roll survival checks as you try to track the source of this horrific change to nature? Addie, you're easily able to follow the tracks. The tracks themselves stink.
This is strange because the tracks smell. They just stink to high heavens.
I think it's a skunk.
No, I don't think so. Not with that. There's an earthy
It's a mushroom
smell
monster?
to it. No, the
Think it's something
mushroom
dead?
monster smells. Could be something dead, but why would undead be here?
That's when you come around the corner and find an individual seated and eating berries. Stinky Cloud, what do they see? You can't talk. You can't talk yet.
Just a minute.
Okay. They're trying to fix his technical issues still.
I gotta tell him how to change his character sheet.
Oh, okay. Just some technical issues. It's all good.
I think I've finally got it back up.
There we are. So, when they look at the person eating the berries that smells so damn bad that it's almost eye-watering, what do they see?
Oh, he looks very disheveled, and he's got just looking filthy.
But what is he? What do they see?
Oh,
Please describe your character.
oh, me, I'm kind of I'm a dragonborn, but I'm a human looking more like a gnome type thing.
Okay. So he's a short, little dragonborn that stinks. And he's sitting here eating a ton of berries. They're blue and triangular in shape.
I got to think of a new name for the berries.
No, these are mooseberries.
Oh, the mooseberries! Yes.
And they are not aphrodisiacs for
No.
for dragonborn.
No,
No,
these
in
are.
fact, they are quite repulsive and they cause dragonborns to sweat in weird places.
Ooh, yeah. But it's part of my aura.
Your natural musk, you might say.
Yeah, you could say that.
I'd go more with his natural stench.
With the smell that is coming off of this individual, your eyes are watering as you approach.
I'm just a little. I'm happy with myself, but nobody else is. It does keep most of the people that irritate me away.
I guess it could be handy on occasion.
So you find him eating these tons of berries, and he's holding a bush in his hand.
Why did you pull up the whole bush?
It makes it easier to get it. What you do is you just sit there and you shake it. It falls into your lap.
Yeah, but now this bush can no longer produce berries for anyone else.
Plenty of bushes.
Not the way you went through them.
Or they went through me.
So do you know this individual?
I don't.
Okay. What's he doing here?
Kalini, do you know him?
Well, I was just looking for a new place to farm. I used to be a farmer a long time ago, and I thought maybe this would be a good place. The soil looks good, got plenty of mooseberry bushes, and don't even forget all the other fruits and stuff that are growing. So, yeah, this looks like a good place to put a farm.
The lamp itself holds power.
Who are
But where
you?
would you put it?
Yeah, because this is a main pathway to the docks where cargo's loaded and unloaded.
It would be good if I could sell mooseberries. I could grow them and sell them right here. And I wouldn't even have to move.
Oh, I don't think we've been properly introduced. May I have your name?
Well, everybody just calls me Stinky for short, but my name is really Stinky Cloud.
That's an unusual name. Where are you from?
Oh, I just used to farm, um, and then I decided to be an adventurer, but I took an arrow to the knee, so I had to stop that.
Yeah, I've heard of several people who've had that problem.
Somehow I never have any neighbors, though.
Particularly downwind, huh?
And oh, the shame.
Did you ever think of changing your name?
Why? My daddy gave me that name.
Okay, I just thought
You
I'd
never got
mention it.
downhearted?
Every time he
Addie, not in front of the kids.
I know. Sorry. It's funny the things that adults will latch onto.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, I thought it would be a good place where I could sell my goods, grow them, and just kind of relax for a while.
Well, I'm sure that Shantari Grove could use another farmer. Times are changing.
Yeah, I just have to see if I can get enough moose to come by. Moosatars are very, very rare.
If you've seen one,
I've never
what are they
seen one.
like?
Oh, they're big. They're really big.
Do they have antlers like moose?
Yeah, that looks like moose. But the main thing is if you can get their hair, you can make a lot of things from that hair.
Really?
Yeah, I hear that you
Like
could
what?
actually sell bags of hair.
What would you make from it?
Oh, you could make blankets, uh, heavy coats, and they just get heavier as they just keep growing.
Wow. I've never seen one here in Shantari Grove, though. Where do you find Musatar?
Well, I understand a lot of them got wiped out in the Great Moose Chuck War.
Moose chucks?
Yeah, they had a big war. The Moose Chucks kept attacking them.
I think I'm not going to ask any more questions.
This is where GM Eric is going to ask a question. What the heck is a moose chuck?
Ah, Moose Chucks. They are animals that, live in little burrows and extremely, extremely strong. And what happened with the Moose Chuck War is the moose would just frolic around and they weren't paying attention and they'd step on the heads of these moose chucks. And the moose chucks got mad and decided to go to war against them. And they would reach up, they would attack them and in droves and reach up and grab them by the ankles and throw them to the ground.
What does a moose chuck look like?
Oh, they're only about 6 to 8 inches. Look like a woodchuck, but you know, but they're just moosey.
And they have tiny, tiny, tiny antlers.
Yeah.
Looks like
And
a woodchuck with tiny antlers.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And
As
how
the
many
player.
moose could a moose chuck chuck if a moose chuck could chuck moose?
Exactly.
23.
All this comes from this line of stories that we used to tell my best friend's daughter. And she got a new story every time we babysat her. So we had a whole civilization.
And they can even fly.
The moose chucks can fly.
No,
No, the moose.
Oh.
Haven't you ever heard of a helamoose?
A helamoose. Okay, I will add helamoose to the list.
And yes, my head does hurt when I talk about that.
His mother actually wrote a series of books that were published up in the north for the school children up in Maryland. And it was The Adventures of Willie Worm.
I will have to look those up.
So he comes by it honestly, dreaming up all this stuff for kids. So,
Mm-hmm.
and our kids grew up with
Okay.
it. So,
Yeah, moose and moose chucks are enemies.
So after this revelation of moose and moose chucks, these legendary creatures that apparently Stinky Cloud is trying to set up a farm in order to provide goods to, how would you all react to this strange revelation?
I'm fascinated by the tale.
I'm wondering if the moose chucks are a hallucinogenic for him, if the berries are. Because I've never heard of any of this stuff. And I have a few years on you, Moonglow.
I've never heard of any of it either, but well, there are things to be learned from that which is true and things to be learned from that which is not.
Well, that's true. He's an interesting character, I'll give him that.
Indeed. Where did you come from? Turns her attention to Stinky Cloud as she says that.
I've been having to think about that. I came from an area out in the middle of the great woods where there weren't very many farmers, but my dad was a farmer, and my mother was a professional yodeler. So I just became the farmer since I couldn't yodel.
Okay, G America has another question here. How did you make money as a professional yodeler?
Oh, yodeling contest. Uh, People bet on them.
Okay. Yep.
Just to let you know, GM Eric, this is new to me too.
Like, the thing is, I can see it. I'm sure it's a thing in real life too.
Yeah.
It
bet-
is.
I bet
It
there's two
is.
ways to do it. Either they pay
Yodeling
you to yodel
you or you.
or they pay you to stop.
He got paid to stop a lot.
Oh man. It's at this point in time that you will hear a trumpet's horn from near the gate of the city.
Alas, there's a trumpet horn from the gate of the city.
One jump on this shit.
The good trumpet horn, bad trumpet horn, neutral trumpet horn.
It is a call for you to return.
That is the call for us to return.
I guess we better get on the move.
On the move. All right. So, do you bring this stinky cloud creature with you, or do you leave him behind?
I'm going to say he can come with us, but he has to walk upwind.
He has to walk upwind. That
Yeah, I don't
means
want to
you
be
are going to be
downwind of him.
downwind of him at all times, which means you're going to be smelling him the whole
No.
time.
The other way around.
Okay, so you want him to be downwind of you.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, Stinky, are you cool with this? They seem to be judging you based off of your stench.
I'm kind of used to it. But I'm going to go with them because I have a couple bags of these berries I could sell now.
Cool. So, as you guys go through the woods, you will come to the city gate of Shintara Grove. As you approach, the mayor and leader of the grove comes out of the gate to greet you guys. Knight's Call. He's a handsome man that has ruled over Shintara Grove for the past 300 years. He's quite fair and concerned with the prosperity of the grove. He greets you cheerfully, at least to both Addie and Kalene. Good morning. How are you today? Doing well? Any ships in the harbor?
No ships, but plenty of crabs.
How delightful. And what is this creature?
We just met him out in the woods. He's a dragonborn, he says, and wants to build a farm here.
A dragonborn. One of those created from the corpses of dragons. Strange.
Yeah. And he says his name is Stinky Cloud, but everybody calls him Stinky.
I can tell
Asked if
why.
I could have his name, but he didn't quite say yes.
Ah. Well, Mr. Cloud, is it? I am Knight's Call. I am the ruler of Shintara's Grove. You are an interesting individual. You will pardon me if I do not welcome you yet.
Are you hearing?
Oh yeah, I understand because I'm not, a big guy like you.
It has nothing to do with your size, sir, but rather your strangeness to this land. I do not know you, and thus I do not trust you.
Well, maybe later, but that's okay.
He nods sagely at you. Trust is earned, and I will give you the opportunity to earn the trust. Perhaps in the company of these two women. Kalene, Addie, I have a job for you, if you choose to accept it. I do not wish to take you away from your families, and so there is no rush on this, but I would like it done within the next few days, if that's convenient.
Well, depends on what it is.
I need you to go to the town of Bilgewater, across the sea. It's a 2-day voyage. We will provide you with a ship with all the supplies you need in order to arrive and travel in comfort. Once there, I need you to investigate the goings-on in Bilgewater. The town has become distant, and I'm concerned for trade between Shintara and Bilgewater, as ships have stopped coming to our docks. I'm concerned that the trade routes and various merchants that are usually there may have experienced some kind of problem. I'd like you to go there, investigate, and let me know what you find.
Wondering why the ship's not coming.
Indeed. While we can
Do you think
support
it's
ourselves with the abundant berries we have and food and game, having imports does make life easier.
of course the grove would last forever on its own,
Yeah.
but it is easier.
It is easier and it is pleasant to have imports from all around.
I think
And
it's more distant, as in actually more distant. Could it have
perhaps
moved?
that's unlikely, but it could have happened. I simply wish to discover what the current state is of Bilgewater and the merchants who travel from there to here. After all, fostering a thriving economy is part of what I do.
Well, I can go without a problem.
He's
And
going
it,
to take you aside for just a moment, Kalene and Addie, and take this stinky person with you. He offends my nostrils, and if he wishes to earn trust, perhaps this journey would benefit everyone. First, it would get him away from the Shintara Grove and allow us to live in scent-free space, as well as determine his purpose.
I wonder if he bathes. If that could be an improvement.
If so,
Sorry,
I would encourage it.
so are you saying that if he helps us out successfully, then he'll have your trust?
We shall see. Watch him. Determine whether he is worthy of it. And perhaps I can share a little bit of my trust with him.
That sounds reasonable, Your Majesty.
Well, I want to entrust you with this task because I must go and deal with my son. He has recently gotten into the habit of taking tree branches and forming them into rudimentary bows and arrows. He recently shot one of the other neighborhood children with the stick, and I'm having to deal with the mother.
Oh dear. Sounds familiar.
Yes, I'm afraid it's a trial of being a parent. But you know what they say, boys will be boys, and girls will be girls. Unfortunately, my young man, well, he doesn't enjoy the reprimands and personal growth in the way that I did. He prefers to be a free spirit and go his own way.
Sounds kind of like his mother.
Yes, she is spontaneous, that's for certain.
Yeah, it's the reason that we've been good friends for many years.
I'm glad she has friends, after all. A life without friends is no life at all. I only wish that young Twilight could stop assaulting the ones who would be his friends and choose to get along better.
It'll happen one day.
I
It'll
hope so.
happen.
We have gone ahead and hired Miss Wimblethimble for etiquette classes.
Well, she's outstanding. She did a lot with my boys.
Indeed. Oh, if she's the one who trained them in manners, then there's hope for young Twilight yet. They were quite well behaved at the last dance.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them. They've grown into very responsible young men. No parent could be prouder than I am.
You have been busy. How many was it at last count?
I have 5 boys and then my 2 daughters.
5
And
boys and 2 daughters. Oh, goodness.
the girls, married and have moved away. But last I heard from them, they were healthy, and I'm going to become a grandmother.
Again,
Yes, this will be the third one. I'm very excited. It's my oldest daughter.
how delightful. Well, maybe someday young Twilight will find a woman who can tame his rambunctiousness and ensure that he adheres to the path of stability and conscientiousness. Teaches him how to treat a woman properly.
I'm sure it will happen, Your Majesty. You just
I
have to have faith.
have to have faith that he can find a woman who is stronger willed than him. Well, I bid you good day. Mr. Stinky, Mr. Cloud, I'm sorry. I entrust you to the good care of these two ladies and ask you to assist them in determining the trade routes and current state of trade between Bilgewater and the Shintara Grove. In exchange, should you manage to determine what is going on, I will provide you with a half acre of land in order to form a homestead. It'll be on the eastern end of the island, which will be downwind from the rest of everyone else.
Ooh, I could make a pig farm out of that. Uh, but we have to go across the water, right?
Indeed.
Oh, I don't like water, but it would be worth it. I guess I'll go.
Are you hydrophobic?
I do what?
Are you afraid of the sea?
Oh yeah, water is not good. It makes you get rid of your natural sense.
He looks at Kalane and Addie. I believe we have found the Achilles heel for our new resident.
I think we can handle this.
He nods and will reach into a small pouch and hands you a very nicely scented soap. Addie,
Ooh, very nice, very woodsy smell. Oh, I like that.
as he
Very
palms it
natural.
to you, make good use of it, please.
And so we shall.
And Knight's Call is going to turn and head back into the city proper.
I love all the new sounds.
He was a different type of guy. A different type of guy.
What's that? All types of guys are different types of guys.
Yeah, he's the ruler here.
Oh,
Oh, that could be why he's a different type of guy.
aren't those the guys that own the land and take all the money from the people that actually work?
No,
No, Knight's Call is very fair.
yes. He
Oh,
works
okay.
hard for what he gets.
Oh, okay.
It's hard for
We
the
all have
money.
We really went there, right?
I had to. Before someone else did, I went there. Yep.
It's like yesterday, I watched my granddaughter's program, and it was a different telling of Sleeping Beauty, and the song that they were using was "Sweet Dreams."
Mm,
Sweet dreams are made of these.
hmm.
It was so funny.
All right. So you have a job. You have a life as well. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I'm willing to go, but I'm going to have to go home and make some arrangements for the younger children and getting them fed and stuff. So, and I'm sure y'all have some things to take care of. So, how about, hmm, how about we head home, make our arrangements, and we meet at the docks in the morning? Because I think high tide's about noon. And we can head out then, since the king has said he will have a ship there for us.
In the morning it is.
Sounds great. How about you, Stinky? Are you in for it?
Well, I said I'm a man of my word. I said I'd do it. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I guess I need to go pick some more moose berries.
Why don't you try some of the other fruits that are available on the island?
Ooh, what type of fruit would that be?
You should try the schnozberries.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yummy and so juicy.
I've never heard of any snozzberries. Snozzberries can't be real.
They're
We are the
long.
music makers. We are the dreamers of dreams.
That's it, exactly. But they're long, slender berries. They're yellow. You can't miss them.
Oh, we call them snotberries.
No, schnozberries.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And
Schnozberries.
you'll also find some bananas out there. The schnozberries are just like little bitty tiny things where the bananas are much bigger.
Okay.
So you seem to be a big fruit eater. Just explore. There are no poisonous fruits on the island.
No, we're not going there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Famous last words.
Put it this way, there's no poisonous fruits on the island that harm elves. Now, I'm not sure about Dragonborn, but
Based off of the smell that he's currently exuding, the moose
I don't,
berries are probably toxic to him.
yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if they have any croton berries where you can get croton oil.
Oh my lord. Why would you want that?
Oh, it's good on bread.
You are definitely a different character. Well, why don't you go take care of what you need to take care of, and we'll go into town and take care of our families.
All right. See you later.
All right.
My character just kind of turns around and
Wanders
walks
off
off.
into the woods.
Yeah, heads for the woods.
I
To
have an
be with
idea
nature.
to get him in a bath. He's unfamiliar with our gods and things, and he's afraid of the water. So, if we tell him that there is a ritual that he can do to ensure him of his safety while on the water, that involves using soap and water, and he has to do it before he gets on the ship. What do you think?
Halliday, Abby is proposing a baptism.
Yeah, but full body. 'Cause,
should have them do it by the light of the moon. That's always good for rituals.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. That's even better. Well, how about I meet you here at the gates at sundown and we'll go see if we can find him and see if we can carry this out. I can have a tub full of nice water sitting up against the kind of like in that little inset in the wall there next to the gate where he doesn't notice it immediately. And then if we could
I can try to
perform
lead him
some
there.
type of if we could perform some type of ritual like stuff, you know, while he does this, it would just really I think it would work. And maybe we could breathe.
So you guys go into the village itself?
Yeah.
Awesome. So take you guys there. Cool. So you each return to your own homes. It's a quaint little village with buildings here and there that allow you to go and do various trades and crafts. Everyone's got their own little place to live. What all do you want to take care of before sundown and your plot, for lack of a better term, to get stinky clean?
I'm going to go see my oldest boy's fiance. She lives here in the village and see if she would be willing to come and stay with my family because my youngest boys are still in need of some guidance and the oldest ones are always out hunting or something.
How old are your youngest boys?
My youngest are like 14 and 15.
Okay.
And if she could like do some cooking for them, my husband's gone. He died many years ago. And so if she could cook, you know, dinner for them, and I think my oldest boy would be very enchanted with the idea of her being there.
Oh, yeah.
I trust them. They're good kids. So,
Yes. However, your oldest boy is going to have that eye candy situation where
oh
his
yeah.
brother's fiance is, you know, nearly fall out of the top, busty and lusty in the way that your older son greatly appreciates.
Oh, I'm certain he does. But I also know her father lives next door.
Ah, and
So
she can hold her own.
yeah, she can hold her own. She's a strong-willed young woman. And so I think it'll be fine.
What's her name?
Cerise.
Cerise. Can you spell that, please?
Ceres.
Okay. Down here. Okay. This is got it. Daughter-in-law of Daddy.
Oh, and let's see. I guess he needs a name too. Let's make him do, the oldest boy will be RAWLF.
Rolf. Understood. Bet he howls at the moon whenever Ceres. Never mind.
I thought that too, but you
Uh-huh.
know.
Oldest son of Addie Fonwinkle.
It was my father's name. That's
Mm-hmm.
where it comes from. It's a family name.
Cool. So, you guys are able to set this all up. Kalane, what would you be doing?
Well, I need to read the next chapter in the epic poem that I've been reading about the long lost and probably like some nuggets of truth, even though it's mostly in mythos of the Fey realms.
Cool. What's the poem about?
Uh, the poem is about a oh, wait, I forgot the name of the place.
Shellian?
Uh, Not the Shellion. Okay, it is about a sailor coming home from a war and his 10-year journey across the deepest depth.
Ooh, okay. Sounds spooky and creepy. Did he make it back? Or was he lost at sea?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't gone that far.
Hmm.
Someone had to tell his tale.
Who's the author?
The author is very good question.
As Kalane starts flipping through the book.
Herathis.
Okay. Morales. Okay. So, as you sit down to read your book, you guys are able to pass the rest of the evening uneventfully. After all, it's a peaceful village. Nothing ever happens here. All that happens is good people making good crafts. Occasionally, someone will stub a toe or break a leg. But as far as the general vibe for the Shintaran village, people get along. It's peaceful. It's nice and relaxing. Knight's Call does a good job of ensuring that the culture here is preserved and everyone is safe. As safe as they could be. The sun begins to go down, and Kalane and Addie have a plot to implement. Do you guys return to the gates?
At precisely the moment of sundown.
Okay. All right. So, Addie, Kalane, the two of you are officially in cahoots. As you both meet up, who brought the basin of water?
Oh, I had it brought out.
Okay. One of the boys, or two of the boys did so?
I got my two younger ones to do it,
Okay.
and then made them go home. I wouldn't let them stick around.
All right. So, do you go looking for Stinky in the woods?
Well, I was going to say, Kalane, you stay here, and I will go find him and bring him back.
Oh, I got an idea for how to lure him.
For how to?
How to lure him?
Okay. All right. I'm thinking he's probably going to be in that same area where we found him the first time. So I'm going to head toward that way.
Okay.
And how are you going to lure him? I mean,
A a little mote of light will appear in my hand. Actually, four of them will appear in my hand as I cast dancing lights.
Okay.
that would work. That would work. Okay, let's go see if we can find him.
So you guys go looking for your new acquaintance, Stinky. Please
Okay.
roll a survival check to track Stinky. Stinky, are you hiding or are you easily found?
Oh, I'm just kind of leaning up against a tree, looking at all the stuff I could roll in, because I'd like to get new smells.
Yep. Awesome.
And I'm glad Colleen is good with me. Colleen, is good with me. I'm going to get it right.
Kalane says, "Oh, man, we've got to go this way. So, I mean, we'll have to be downwind of him for a little bit, but it'll be worth it."
Yeah, we can handle this.
Right. So Kalane is able to track him down. The stench of the stinky cloud is unmistakable.
I noticed that.
Good.
No, go ahead.
No, you first. The thing I was going to do is going to try to advance things, so you go ahead first.
Oh, I was just taking a look around, and I noticed some movement. Don't know what it is.
In the dark.
In the dark.
This is a strange land to you, sir. What are you going to do?
I'm going to be very careful, but I am going to pull out my crossbow, just in case. And I'm going to keep looking and hope it doesn't attack me.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and create the sound of giggling, like the dryads.
Okay. Winkle, you hear a giggling.
I look around and go, oh, it's nothing. And I put back the crossbow. I keep an eye out in the area, though.
Now I'll use a sorcery point to subtly cast Dancing Lights.
Okay.
Just kind of have them split around, like, appear in his field of vision, split around his head, and then all speed off in the direction that we want him to go.
I'm looking at these things. First, I swat at them. You can't hit them. And then they kind of go off, and I start following them. And they move a little faster, so I have to keep up with them.
It's working. It's working.
I'm going to head back to where the gate is and await their return. And she's taking kind of a roundabout route, and I'm going to go straight.
Okay.
You keep following the light, and it bounces around a lot, but I'm trying to figure it's trying to lead me somewhere. I figure maybe it's leading me to a treasure. There's things about these little guys that are dressed in green, about them having a pot of gold.
Oh, Callahan?
The lights will briefly turn into a rainbow
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
continue on.
Wow. Okay.
We're just gonna keep following him.
Yep, keep
This
following.
group is interesting.
Yep.
Okay, I see Kalane coming in first, and then I see the lights, and then I see Stinky, and it's like he's trying to stealth follow these lights.
I keep trying to follow him. Maybe there's gold, or maybe there's something good to eat. You know, I've also heard that sometimes there's food at the end, and it's magically delicious.
I dropped my
After me, Lucky
pen.
Charms.
I dropped my pen. Oh well. All right. So
Fortunately, we're not dealing with Heron Gum. Otherwise, we'd have to say silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I follow it on over, and I see these two lovely women standing there again.
Oh, Stinky, you have been blessed. The Fey lights have come for you.
Fey
This is gonna
light?
be great.
What's a Fey light?
You saw the Phallites?
I saw them just
Years ago.
before he got here. They were behind you.
Wow.
Is that
Oh, he one fortunate soul.
so it's something good?
Unfortunate soul.
I just was following them. They were pretty.
It means that you
Gorgeous.
have been blessed.
Does that mean I get money?
Can't hear you.
We heard him.
I know, but he's in the room with me and I have him muted.
Oh, well. Does that mean money?
No, but it may mean saving your life.
That's almost as good.
In order to receive their blessing, you have to take a ritual cleansing bath under the full moon.
Bath. Really? A bath?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, to present the image here, Stinky, you've been lured to a gate by two beautiful women and dancing lights under the moonlight in the Fey realms and told it's time for a bath in order to save your life.
But it's water.
I know, but by bathing in the water, it protects you from water. Don't you see?
Besides, the Phallites they must have gone a long way to find you and lead you here. Would you want to make the spirits of the forest angry by not following their instructions?
Oh, I guess not. That means I have to get in water.
But getting in the water saves you from the big water that could hurt you.
Well,
And this is just a small basin that the Phalites must have brought this. I've not seen this before.
Please roll a deception check. We let a lot of this slide. With a 19. Dinky, can I get your insight, please? Yeah, seems legit.
okay. This does not make sense, but sometimes you just have to do things on faith. And you two lovely women wouldn't do anything at all to hurt me or to fool me.
Dude, I would
Just a sec,
never
I'll be
do
right
anything to
back.
hurt you.
Never do anything to hurt you.
I'll be right back.
I don't know what's funnier, the storyline or the mess we're trying to get him to do.
Both.
I'm back. So did we get him clean?
He's agreed to it. So,
Does he go through with it?
I don't know. Do you go through with it?
Yeah, I go through with it. I
Did
mean,
that bar of the side of the tub for you to use?
oh, what is this stuff?
We can't hear you, Eddie.
Yeah, he says, what is this stuff? I says, I don't know, but it smells really nice. Why don't you try rubbing it on you?
Yeah, okay. So, of course, I tell the young ladies to turn around as I undress and get in the water. And all of a sudden you hear me go, ew!
You hear a wail of pain come from behind you guys.
Without looking, I ask, are you okay?
It feels weird.
It'll be okay, I promise. The ceremony is proceeding.
All right. So I grab hold of the soap and I started washing. And then I realize it smells like an old muskox. And I'm going, oh, this isn't too bad.
Yep. So Stinky, as you're doing this, some of your scales fall off. At least you thought they were scales.
I thought that was scales. But why have they fallen off? And then I just keep washing and my skin gets pink. And I'm going, am I dissolving?
You hear this.
And
I hope not.
I'm walking. Finally get done. I get out. There's a towel there, and I dry off with it. And I go, shut your eyes. I roll over. And I run over to the grass and roll around in it.
Sounds like my dog.
So as you hear him go running off, do you guys turn around?
Hasn't said I can turn back around, so no.
Oh, okay. You didn't turn away to start with?
I turned away to start with.
Okay. So do you look at Stinky rolling in the grass?
I said,
No,
at least
until he says I can stop turning around. I'm just here.
Okay.
Yeah, I say he's rolling in the grass, and at least grass smells better than what he did.
So
Oh,
I get up, and I go over to my clothes, put them back on. I go, not much change.
We forgot about the clothes.
yep. The
But it's
clothes
still got to
still
be an
stink.
improvement.
It's an improvement, but the clothes still stink. And as you turn around to see your acquaintance, Stinky Cloud, he rolled around in the grass while he was wet, so he has grass clippings and blades of grass all over him. He looks like he just stepped out of the movie Commando, as he has formed his own little ghillie suit with mud and grass.
There is a towel here, and so I'm going to pick it up. I says, "Excuse me, Stinky, I'm going to help you out a little bit." And I walk up to him and start rubbing this towel anywhere there's bare skin.
Okay? You're going to see smears onto this towel as the dirt that comes off of him stains the towel permanently.
I have no doubt of that, but it's okay. The towel was brown to begin with. Yeah,
It's now oil slick brown with iridescence in it.
I like it.
yeah. Well, you now have the blessings of the Phalites, and maybe we can
They cast
stand
minor
you a little bit.
illusion.
Good.
Because minor illusion say, "Of our blessings indeed."
And I turn around and go, oh, thank you so much. Now maybe I can go across the water.
I think you could go before, but now you don't have the fear that it could be dangerous. So maybe that helped.
Okay. Hey, I, I'm actually,
You're actually can hear you.
it could actually be fun, but I'm going to stay in the hold of the ship.
Great. So, what's the plan, ladies?
Well, we're supposed to meet in the morning out on the dock,
Okay.
and I'm going to go by the palace until nightfall that we are leaving in the morning.
Okay.
So if you two dear companions would excuse me, I am due at the palace to speak to King Nightfall.
Next call.
Oh,
Night's Call. I
uh,
knew that. I've played with him too.
I've
Anyway,
I've never been a companion with a deer. I'm sure they'd be friendly.
yes,
Tasty too.
yes. So, all right. So I'm going to bid farewell and head off toward the palace.
Okay, so you head off towards the palace. Helene, you look for companionship with a deer.
No, not tonight.
Not tonight. Understood. We'll leave that to the furry fanfic. Um, we'll then go to Stinky Cloud. What are you doing tonight?
I'm heading back to where I was originally found. I like sleeping under the stars. Maybe it won't rain.
Okay. Awesome. So, you guys are able to pass the night away without a care in the world.
Snore.
in the woods, we will have a large cluster of wildlife that will abandon an area of the woods thanks to the rambunctious and energetic snoring of Stinky Cloud.
Snore.
All right. Next morning, dawn's bright. You want to go visit Knight's Call before you leave, Addie?
Yeah, I'll go there. But before I leave my house, I'm getting some clothes that belong to my boys that I think would fit Stinky, and see if I can coerce him into changing clothes.
All right. So you've got the clothes.
And now I head off to see Knight's Call.
All right. You go to visit Knight's Call. He's out front, having just gotten done with his morning worship. Can I help you, Addie?
Just wanted to say farewell before we left. I'm headed down to the dock to meet Stinky and Kalane, and we'll be leaving at high tide at noon.
Excellent. I hope you have a safe journey. I look forward to hearing from you as far as exactly what is going on with the merchants.
I
In
hope it's
Bilgewater.
nothing major. I hope it's nothing major.
I hope so
But we'll
too.
find out as quickly as we can and return as quickly as we can. I will also say this, Your Majesty. We did trick Stinky into taking a bath last night.
Thank goodness.
Kalane cast dancing lights, and we told him they were fey lights that were coming to bless him. And in order to receive the blessing, he had to bathe in water to remove his fear of water.
You see off behind Knight's Call, young Twilight's Call listening to this. And
Yep.
he's learning how to plot and lie.
We're good influences.
We're
Oh,
good
yeah.
influences. Now we understand where Twilight's Call got it. We got it from Addie Fun.
It did work. We did forget to bring a change of clothes, but I have that with me this morning, and we'll figure out how to get that on him too. So,
So when they
but
watch this replay back later, you are the bad influence on Twilight's Call.
yes, I got that.
Seems appropriate.
Okay.
So he's my fault. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Understood.
You got it.
Cool.
But we'll be able to breathe. And thank you for that bar of soap. It helped tremendously. He said it smelled nice to him too. So
Well,
there
I
we
would
go.
hope so. It was
we'll
made
see
from
if
the
we can-
tallow of a great wild musatar.
No.
Oh my.
After
Oh
all,
my.
the moose chucks are some of our favorite trading partners.
We'll be sure to check with them.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I've got to head
I
on
now
so I
know
can be there
why-
on time.
I now know why Suntari Grove was overthrown.
Farewell, Your Majesty.
Very well. Have a wonderful time. And he will go back in. And as he does so, you will hear him ordering his servants to prepare dinner for a distinguished guest.
Which distinguished guest?
That you don't know.
Oh, darn.
All right, ready
Okay.
to depart?
Yep.
All right. So you return to the gate. where you will find Kalinae and Stanky. So, what would you guys like to do? Heading to the docks? Or do we give Stinky the clothes?
I'm gonna wait till we're on the boat and he can't get away.
Understood. All right. So you collect each other and make your way towards the beach, where there is a boat waiting for you. You guys ready to depart?
Yeah, we're
ready.
Awesome.
we get to the dock and we see the ship,
Yes?
and so we walk out toward the gangplank, and I trip.
You trip, okay?
Yes, and I push Stinky off into the water.
Okay. Please roll your athletics checks. Dinky, can you roll your acrobatics or athletics, whichever is higher? I need Addie to roll athletics, please. To try to shove him in the water. Okay. So, you easily shove him in the water. A 9 beats a 7.
Oh, Stinky, I'm so sorry.
He splashes into the bright, clear water of the Shintaran Bay. And as he does so, a black ring begins to spread outwards like an iridescent oil across the surface.
Oh my, you must come here. I have a change of clothes. If you keep those on, you'll get a death of a cold.
Oh, I've had these on for years.
But it's not safe here. You have to change. Here, let me give them to you, and you can go on board the ship and change clothes.
Oh, all right. And then he goes onto the ship, and being the nature boy he is, he strips down on the strip in front of everybody.
Oh.
And holds his arms out and legs out and dries off in the sun before putting on the clothes.
Okay. So the ship will head out as you disembark and head off sailing on the sea.
As Major emerges.
Why? What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know. That's why I have to be prepared for it.
Oh, playing against type. Understood.
It's definitely not playing against my Saturday type.
No.
I get nervous whenever GM says that.
Why? I'm a nice guy. Nothing bad ever happens to you guys.
But you're a GM.
Naturally distrusting. Well, I didn't lie. Nothing happens during your voyage.
He's saving it all for later.
Yeah, we got there, and the whole time Stinky had his arms wrapped around the mast.
Around the mast, huh?
Yeah. Didn't want to let go.
Okay. Cool. So you guys travel all day long. Night will fall. It's a pleasant voyage. The wind is strong, but not so strong as to kick up the waves. Your ship is traveling at a brisk pace. The second day dawns. Stinky is still holding onto the mast for dear life. After all, he knows that should he fall in the water here, there's no saving him. Stinky, you've heard the stories about what's down here, right?
Oh, yeah.
What
Horrible
lays
creatures.
beneath the waves, Stinky? What terrors are you afraid of?
Oh, the Kraken.
The Kraken.
Yeah. They will come up and grab you and tear you apart and then eat you.
The fact that you said that and the fact that Jordan is playing in this group can verify that you are correct.
I
Yeah,
don't
I like
know.
it.
I don't know what you mean.
You
There's
don't-
there's nothing harmful in this sea.
There's
It's
nothing harmful
a
in this
wondrous
sea.
place.
It's a wondrous place, yes.
And then if you sink all the way to the bottom, there's this thing that grabs you and it's square and it holds you down in the water. His name's Sponge.
Mmm. Bob is not here to save you. Trick.
Oh, this is Patrick.
All right. So, as you guys approach the town of Bilgewater, you will enter a fog bank. Stinky? It smells nice. It smells natural to you. To both Addie and Kalane, the fresh air of Shantara is replaced with the dismal stench of rancid oil. You guys are able to enter Bilgewater. As your ship comes into the dock, the captain ties it up, and you are free to explore.
I turn to the captain and say, is this how it always smells?
Captain nods. Yes. Which is why we don't like coming here very often.
Oh dear.
Stinky's going, oh, you smell all those nice smells? All sorts of things are around here.
I don't trust this town. Never have. It's always overcast like this.
Never see the moon here.
The captain is going to hand both you and Addie plague doctor masks filled with potpourri.
Thank you very much.
As you guys leave your ship, the boards of the boardwalk creak beneath your feet. The lazy lap of the water barely audible. Where would you like to go? Well, what would you like to do?
Do we see other ships in the area
There's a
that
few of
look
them.
like they've come in recently?
You can't tell when they came in, but there are several ships in the area, yes.
Hmm. Wonder if there's a nice tavern in the area, because a lot of times you can pick up information in a tavern.
Did you put on the plague doctor's masks?
Usually, I have not put mine on yet.
Okay,
I have not put mine on either. I'm thinking that might not be good
understood.
in a tavern.
Do other people seem to be wearing them?
No, but the people that you see here are rough. They're poor. They're the equivalent of the dirty biker gangs of the Fey Realms. Swarthy, wet, foul, muscular and mean. Welcome to the dregs of society. Compared to where you're from, the richness and peacefulness of the Shintara Grove, the contrast is stark. Welcome to the slums.
Eddie, I don't think we're going to find a nice tavern here.
Not unless we go up further into town. But I don't know how much information we'll find there. What concerns me is we stand up like a sore thumb.
You all are
takes a
very
look-
pretty at the moment compared to everybody else.
Stinky takes a look around. He feels quite at home in this. And he looks over and sees a bar. And he goes, I'll go and see if I can find out some information. You two need to sit out here in the open and keep an eye on things around. And I'm going to go in and see if I can find some information.
All right.
Sounds reasonable.
So, you going into that tavern?
Yes, I go into the tavern.
All right. Welcome to the Last Drop. As you walk into this bar, the place is nearly deserted. Only a couple of patrons are here. You can see the cockroaches crawling around the corners of the room and a cat chasing them around. A couple lizards generally stick to the walls, and you're greeted by a very busty woman that seems out of place. Hello. What'll it be, mister?
Like a double draught.
Double draught? Of course. She's gonna go and pull the ale for two mugs for you. Bringing it back, she puts it down in front of you with a small bowl of pine nuts.
Ooh.
So what's your
Looking
story? As she leans forward and gives you a little bit of a show.
Well, I was kind of hoping to find maybe some work. Is any ships around here we can go out? I can go out on?
Probably. But not many ships going out lately. You'd have to check with the ships themselves. What's your name, mister?
Oh, they called me Cloud.
Ah, because you smell so damn nice?
I guess so.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Cernovus Girona. Nice to make your acquaintance, Cloud.
You said it hasn't been many ships going out?
No, not lately. Look around. Place is more abandoned than ever.
Yeah.
I've got more bottles than I've had customers the past month.
And I take a drink about half of one of the cups, and I go, oh, that's pretty good. What's the name of this one?
Ale.
Oh, you got ale. Okay.
She
I like
smiles at you. You're in Bilgewater. Where are you from? And for your benefit, Stinky, this ale tastes like slightly fermented water. For lack of a better term, Coors Light.
Ew. Okay. Well, I went. I just came over from an island, and I was stuck there for a while. And I just was looking for some work. You know anybody around here that could use some if there's no ships?
Oh. Not really. I mean, you look pretty handsome and exotic being dragonborn and everything. I mean, there's always, well, that may not be for you.
Never know.
She will take a napkin and write down an address to the wildflowers.
What is the wildflower?
It's a club that might be able to employ you. Of course, you'll need to have a bit of a makeover, but they may be able to assist. But it's not for everybody. Some people find the work distasteful.
I have to think about it. But
Of course, dear.
Any real good hard labor? I mean, like shoveling anything?
Shoveling. Well, I suppose down at the stables, maybe? There's a variety of dock work, of course, lifting and moving crates, etc. Or are you more of a pipe fixer?
Oh, I'm more of moving stuff around. I'm real good at that.
So you're good at moving stuff around, huh?
Yeah, I can do that. So, who should I go talk to about the moving stuff around? Is there a dock master?
As a question, how much... Let's roll an insight check for Stinky at this point. Just the insight check for Stinky. Thank you, Stinky. You are not picking up what she is putting down. So yes, she will tell you about a individual at the docks that you can go and talk to for a job, moving cargo. The name for that is Volodar Parora. And I will put that in chat for you here. There you go. Volodar Parora. He's a satyr that recently came to town, said that he's looking for some deckhands. Might be able to pay you a little bit, but it seems to be down on his luck. And be careful. You know how those satyrs are, always spreading their luck to others.
I'll go check with him and I'll be careful.
Of course. And dear, if you ever want to move other things around, let me know.
I will keep you in mind. And
She
I
smiles.
I wink at him.
She pats your hand. Don't be a stranger, love. That'll be 2 silver.
And I hand her the 2 silver.
Okay. She takes it and puts it right down into her cleavage. And will turn around, giving you a bit of a sachet as she walks away, leaving you to your cups. So, outside, we're going to pan the camera over to Kalane and Addie. What have the two of you been doing since Stinky went into this disgusting, horrific bar? He might have just died in there, and you'd never know. It's likely he got mugged and all his money taken.
He's been in there a
We
long
doubt anyone-
time.
Has.
You see anything happening out here?
You see people ogling you two, both up and down, and whether they want to try to rob you, kill you, kidnap you, or ransom you. Or maybe just take you for granted. It's an uncomfortable feeling to be in a place that doesn't respect you for who you are.
Yeah.
What do you want
I
to
feel
do?
like I'm on an auction block.
Essentially, yes. So, Kalane, Addie, what are you going to do?
Perhaps we should move over closer to the last drop. So that maybe we could hear what's going on inside.
Okay, and Kalane will move closer to the water.
Towards the water is away from the bar. Understood.
Because there's a lot of drops in there, so one of those probably is the last one.
Indeed. As you get towards the water, you're going to hear some singing. Some soulful, sorrowful humming coming from the water. As you approach, you're going to see a figure walking across the water towards the docks. She approaches slowly, coming towards a ladder. Her long legs step without leaving ripples. Her dress flows across the surface of the water as if it's solid, and her sunken eyes look sorrowfully at the town. The music is coming from her. The purple sheen of her gown contrasts with the dismal yellow of the fog and the lighting in the area. Her long black hair, tinged with purple as well, just sticks to her wet. As she approaches the ladder at the side of the dock, she rises up next to it, to a light next to you. She looks balefully at you for a moment. What would you like to do?
Oh, such sweet sorrow. But what is the cause?
Many causes, many, many sorrows. Will
Who
you
are
give me
you?
yours?
My sorrows are not mine to give, for they are too indelible to me. Will you speak of yours?
I take those. I take those that do not want them. The sadness. I collect them. Give them to me. Be happy. Get rid of your sorrows and give them to me.
I have no sorrows that I wish to give you.
She stops looking at you and moves one gliding step towards Addie. Be
Who
happy.
are you?
Give me your sorrows. Let them go.
Who are you?
I am the maiden of the deep. I am she who takes the sadness away. Give to me that which troubles you, and be light-hearted.
My heart is light. I have no sorrows with which I would part, for they have made me who I
She
am.
turns as in the middle of your sentence and starts floating away towards another person.
Kalenai, have you ever heard of her before?
Ever.
He goes up to a
Such a
dockhand who rises
fascinating
to talk
woman.
to her.
Just gonna watch that conversation play out.
She says, "Give me your
Seriously.
sorrows. Let them go. Be happy." He begins to sob and cry. She reaches out her long arms slowly to comfort him. Embracing him, she places his head on her shoulder, where he cries intently. She pets the back of his head and gently hugs him before clutching hard and pulling him down into the depths as she falls off the dock with a splash. The dockhand is gone.
Wow. What just happened?
A reminder of why we are careful of what we give.
Coming out of the Last Drop Tavern, you see Stinky looking around for you guys, and you are not where you were.
I wave at him, see if I can get his attention.
Stinky takes a look around and sees her waving and slowly walks on over to her. You ladies okay? Anybody bother you?
You ever heard of
We're
the maid?
okay.
Yeah.
That guy over there isn't.
Well, that guy over there is not over there anymore. Have you ever heard of the Lady of the no, the Maiden of the Deep?
Oh, that's one of the ones they warn you about water. You don't want to be around her. She'll drown you.
Yeah, we just figured that out.
Told you water's dangerous.
It's not the water, it's the stuff in the water, I think.
Stuff in it, water around it. Water's dangerous. Anyway, found out there
Is
aren't
she what's
many ships.
dangerous or
Go
good
ahead.
what? No, I was saying, is she what's dangerous or is it the temptation that's dangerous? Temptation to let go, to give freely.
She came out of the water, right?
She did.
Water's dangerous.
But if you don't give her what she wants, she's of no danger.
Right, we didn't give her what she wanted and she went away and left us alone.
I guess that makes sense.
What were you saying about the ships?
He's talking to the wonderful young lady in here.
Your microphone has fallen.
I was talking to this wonderful young lady in here that I just met. She says there's not many ships around. I was thinking on, I asked her for where I could get a job and didn't have any. Uh, Gonna go over and check with this Volador guy that she told me about, and see if maybe I can get some information from him.
Okay.
Well, now has trade decreased here as well?
All I know is that that the bar was empty, and that's not normal.
No, it's not.
You say where to find this Volodar?
He's over running the docks down on. He'd be down on the dock. Um, we go over there and see if I could find some stuff to move around. Maybe I can find some more information. There is another place, but I don't think you two want to go there.
Why not?
It's called the Wild Flower, and it doesn't seem like a place you two ladies would go.
Why not?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Stinky, but it's the kind of place where things are done that ladies would not find appropriate, and they're done in public.
Yeah, that would be about it. But
Is there good information to be had there?
I don't know. They said something that they could fix you up so you could work there. Um, I don't. It just it sounds like a place with good information, but I'm not sure you would really want to put yourself there.
It'd be a curious experience, but perhaps this Volodar is what we should try first.
Yes, let me go over there and uh, look around. Maybe I can find some more people there on the street that I could ask things of. So
Heading that direction?
head head in the direction.
Cool. So you guys head down the docks. The wet boards are treacherous, but you're able to keep your footing. It's dismal and gray. The kind of day you just wish would go past so another can come behind it. However, you get the distinct feeling that this place, that better day never comes. As you approach the docks where you're supposed to find Volodar, you see the satyr up ahead. His teal armor, worse for wear. His tattered cloak hangs behind him, and he turns to look at you with sunken eyes, emaciated cheekbones, and glowing red orbs that pierce your soul for a moment. What do you want?
I'm Stinky. I'm looking for some work.
Work. What kind of work?
I was looking to see if I could get on a ship, but since I got told there's not a whole lot of them, maybe I could do some dock work? Or maybe something
There's a
else if you got it?
boat. You want to ride the boat, you can pay. You want to work the docks, we will pay.
Well, I don't want to pay, so I guess I'll work the docks.
Very well. Your decision. Don't listen to any singing while you're here.
Ooh, no singing?
That's the maid.
Okay, I guess we could do that.
No singing. No singing on the docks. No joy. No sadness. Just do a good job. You get paid.
We're going to subtly cast Minor Illusion and project the sound of someone singing the words "No singing on the docks" in the same like tone as the Maiden of the Deep.
He turns and
Singing on the docks.
you guys hear the no singing on the docks, and he turns and looks investigatively in the area. They're teasing us again. They want us. They want souls. The fresher, the more they want them.
Who is they?
The sirens, the ladies of the deep, the sorrow eaters, the joy stealers, all of them. You're not from around here, are you?
Oh no, but we saw one of them bring someone down with her.
Lost one, did we? Shame. Had a good crew. Someone lost their nerve.
Someone didn't listen to the old tales.
No. You're Shantarans, aren't you? Can tell by your clothes. What are you doing in Bilgewater?
Well, I guess he's looking for work, and we need to figure out what's going on. He whispers in a conspiratorial tone.
What do you mean, what's going on?
Oh, it's like you guys don't want to be friends with us anymore. The ships aren't coming anymore.
They're not going to Shantara because Shantara stopped ordering. All messages from Shantara ceased. We haven't received an order from the Grove in over a year.
Huh. Eddie, did Knight's Call say that he stopped ordering?
No, he did not.
How do you get the messages?
Weird.
Boat. They come on ships. Arrive here. Go to the wildflowers to talk to the leadership.
The
Leadership then sends to the unions. The unions load the ships. And we get paid on flowers. You're very new here. steep learning curve. Hope you don't die.
Dying is never a good thing.
You say that, but compared to the fate of the Joy Eaters, the prey of the Joy Eaters, I'd rather die than be taken.
Again, keep away from the water.
Stay away from the water. Don't listen to the singing. And don't smile. The Joy Eaters can sense a grin. They love it. It's like candy for them. Come up out of the water to take you. Be careful. Now, you want to be on the docks. You have a job. You need to move those crates onto that ship. In exchange, you'll get 1 gold piece. Day's labor, day's pay.
And with that, Stinky goes, "Got it, boss." And he walks over to where the cargo is and starts grabbing a huge piece of cargo and starts taking it up the gangplank to the ship.
Okay. What are our 2 beautiful ladies doing?
Or to Addie, we stay here and help? Should we? I think it's wise to split up otherwise.
I have no idea, but I think I'd rather be sure that Stinky's with us when we go to the Wildflower. But it looks like that's perhaps where our answers will lie. We got a lot of information from Volador, though.
Well, Stinky's on the ship. He starts looking around under tarps,
He's being nosy. Okay,
very nosy.
cool.
He's
This
even at
good.
some of the car.
So the place is absolutely stocked. This ship is going to be heading off and going towards another town. None of these goods are intended for Shintara.
Is there anything suspicious on the ship?
Suspicious? Find suspicious.
Is there anything magical on the ship?
Yes, there's several minor magical things on the ship. Nothing that would raise alarms or anything. A couple of minor goods, some minor drugs, some magically infused wine, etc. But you're in the Fey realms. That's normal.
I come on back off of the ship and walk up to the fella again and say, changed my mind. I'll see you later. And I walk off.
Slackers. Hate them. What about you ladies? Want a job lifting crates?
I wouldn't
I
say no, but I will demonstrate by trying to lift a crate and showing I do not have very much strength for it.
Okay.
well, I could lift a crate, but my days of crate lifting are past me.
Yeah.
7 children did that to me.
Shame. Maybe your boys, if there are any, can come here and get a real job. Doing real
I'll
labor.
dis- I'll discuss that with them when we return.
Always looking for good workers. And he will go back to work. As in his head, the conversation is over.
Turn to Eddie and whisper, did we agree to work or not? I couldn't tell.
I don't know.
I
I
walked
couldn't
back
either.
over to the young ladies and I said, I saw nothing on the ship that is suspicious. I looked around, looked in cabinets and everything, nothing there. So I'm saying maybe we need to go over to the wildflower.
I thought it was no place for ladies such as ourselves.
No, but maybe for me.
I'm familiar
Well,
with
if you
places
go,
like this. As a paladin in years past, I've had to go in some places like this. I will not go in unless I'm called at this point in time, but that's where we need to go to find out more information.
if you go there, Stinky, I'll go in there and make sure you're protected.
And that would be nice, but I need. Maybe we can also find something before we get there. So keep an eye out. And we start
I usually
walking
prefer to
about.
keep both eyes in, but I'm not one to judge.
Never mind.
Great. So you guys head off into Bilgewater proper. Do you go towards Wildflowers, or do you guys want to do something along the way?
What time of day is it? It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. Do you have an orb of time by any chance?
No,
All right.
I wish I did.
Unfortunately, you're unable to tell really, but based off of the last time you ate, it would be mid-afternoon.
I bet they have what?
So as you guys approach, the cobblestones beneath your feet have a layer of mold and slime on them. The algae that sticks and clings to the crevices is slippery. It stinks. Stinky, this is nice. It's pleasant for you.
It smells home. Hey, ladies, doesn't it? It just makes me feel kind of warm in here. It's so nice.
As you guys approach the Wildflowers establishment, it stands tall in Bilgewater compared to the rest of the buildings, save for the guard tower in the distance. The Wildflowers Seems to be the place of power in the town. As you approach, there's a guard out front. He greets you with a nod, Stinky, as you approach. Hey. What do you need?
Told I could maybe get some work around here.
He looks you up and down. Work, huh? You're looking to work. It's not for me to do the interviews. Give me a second, and I'll get you in touch with our boss. Cove will want to see you if you're looking for a job.
Okay. Sounds good.
And he's going to go inside, and you hear the door lock behind him.
Well, that was interesting.
It takes a
Should
couple
have known
moments.
this would be the type of establishment where you'd find a bear.
Right?
Yeah, really.
A couple moments, the guard comes back. All right. Cove is always looking for new talent. Go on in. And he will
Got it.
open the door for you guys.
I start walking in and doing my normal, trying to puff up a little bit, making me look a little big.
Do the two of you follow?
I
do.
will, because I told him I would
Okay.
watch out for him.
Halliday?
Yep, I follow him.
All right. The bear guard here looks at Stinky as if he's the pimp taking new talent in. As he judges the goods, he turns away, not interested. And the door will close behind you guys. As you walk in, the place is austere and elaborate. And you find a man seated on an opulent purple couch in the middle of the foyer. Good day. Here, Joshua said that you had new talent for me. Let's see. Quite nice. Shantarans, yes?
Yes, they are.
Indeed.
But
Oh, and they speak. That's always a bonus.
oh, and they have another talent.
Oh, what talent is that?
They can kill.
Oh dear. Excellent. Such a good skill in my profession. After all, a woman who can defend herself is worth 2 employees. Don't you agree?
These are top notch.
So tasty. So, are they for sale? Or are they self-employed?
They are bound to me.
Kalane and Addie, is there any response at this?
Kane's gonna play along.
For those who cannot see the webcam right now, there is a look on Ayla's face that says that Winkle is in a world of hurt.
but she understands
Yes.
that he's playing a line,
Uh-huh.
try to get information, and so she's just going to stay quiet and listen.
Not like in real life.
Right. Uh-huh. So, they're bound to you, and how much to transfer the binding.
We will discuss that later.
Oh. So what are we going to discuss first?
I'm here to talk about the Shintari Grove.
Really?
Yes, they haven't seemed to be getting much from business anymore.
No. Such a shame that they aren't. What does that matter to you?
Means a great deal to me because that could be my money.
Oh. And how much to just make you go away? Well, leaving them here, of course.
Again, that will be discussed later. I need some information for business.
Well, business and pleasure can mingle, as can other things. But what exactly do you believe this business to be? Why do you think I know anything?
Oh, you are the consummate businessman. You know how to make business run.
That's true.
So, I was thinking maybe for some information, we could maybe exchange something for you.
Ooh. The mystery. You know how to tantalize me. Are you sure you're not the one that's for sale? Hmm? Perhaps some contract work after we discuss things. What do you say?
As he says that, I'm going to move over to Stinky's side and kind of um, like emphasize his muscles and just kind of help him show off the goods.
And Stinky, being a very powerful little fella, flexes his muscles and
Ooh.
as like a bodybuilder.
Oh, I do have clientele that are into the exotics. There's a job for you that we could charge a premium for, especially if we keep you exclusive. Fine. If you'll agree to work for me for a span of a week, I will share the knowledge that you're looking for ahead of time. I'll provide you with what you're looking for. And in exchange, you'll work for me for a week of time. I think that's fair. After all, the knowledge I have is extensive.
We will discuss how long after I gain the knowledge. And
Oh dear boy. You expect me to give without having anything guaranteed in return? No, 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 dear. I don't do anything until terms have been established. Safe words and the rest, you understand? After
okay,
all, knowledge is power. I have a lot of power.
I will agree for 1 week. However, if you cheat me, then I get to disembowel you.
How pleasant. A deal is struck. Now, you wish to know what exactly in exchange for your week of cooperation?
With that, he turns and looks at the two wonderful, smart women with him and says, "Ladies, what information are we going to need?"
As we throw the two ladies under the bus, what would you like to say, Halliday and Addie?
Well,
In exchange for this is in exchange for Stinky's week of employment in this establishment.
oh, do you know anything about why ships aren't going to the Shantara Grove?
Yes, I do. And they're not going because we've received no or the ships have not received any orders to go.
Dear, do you know why they're not receiving the orders?
I do know why they're not receiving the orders.
Why then?
Please tell us why they're not receiving the orders.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry to be a little coy. You understand. Deals
Oh,
and
no,
deals,
of course.
etc.
Literal meanings are very important.
Indeed. Well, you see, the reason that the orders aren't being delivered to the ships is because I'm not sending them.
Why?
Because I've been paid not to.
By whom?
Now we run into a bit of an issue. I have been forbidden from saying the name because the woman involved has asked me not to. Part of client-employer privilege, confidentiality agreements and all, you understand. I can't tell you the name, but a woman is involved.
Can you tell us the color of her eyes? The color of her hair?
I can. Indeed. You're asking all the right questions. You're so smart. I love it so much. Angie America
Will
is
you,
going to go and
Paris?
pull this up because I have to go and look at it myself to give you guys the correct information. So, her eyes are pale blue, slightly purple, like dusk on a clear night. Her hair, raven black.
Tell us where we would find her.
Oh. Well, no, I can't. Because I'm not sure where she is. Not at least now.
You tell us where you found her.
I found her here, right where you're standing. She approached me. Of course, you see, I'm more of a businessman than anything else. She came here to negotiate the boycotting of the Shantara Grove. To starve the Shantara Grove of the luxuries to which they've become acquainted, accustomed.
Sneaky.
Oh, very sneaky.
Someone perhaps with a grudge to bear.
Presumably. However, I'm unsure. She didn't state anything like that to me. She was very businesslike, very efficient, which I like. I find that foreplay and cattiness is overrated for me.
Would Addie be familiar with this person if she had a name?
I don't think you've ever seen her, so I don't think so.
Okay. Because, I mean, I've lived there longer, but
Right. I think this is the first time that you've been to Bilgewater, though.
yeah. Is this woman from Centauri Grove?
Oh no, she's not Shantaran like you. No, no, no. She's more local. I'm fairly
So
certain.
she's from Bilgewater.
I would doubt she's from Bilgewater, but here in the Fey realms for certain.
Okay.
And not quite as, pardon the, phrasing of this, not quite so country as the Shantaran people.
Oh, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few ladies and gentlemen within my establishment who are very close.
Bingo, I know how to get them. Is there a way around that we can at least get an idea of where she is?
I suppose. I'm not sure what that way would be. I'd love to be able to assist you. After all, a week's effort with your body and your bearing after a bit of a makeover is going to make me extremely wealthy.
Wait. His bearing. Uh, do you mean, are you going to make him look like Joshua up there?
Oh no! We're going to accentuate his dragonborn features. We're going to give him some press-on fangs, some contact lenses, a couple of prosthetics to enhance his frills and scales. Make him absolutely monstrous. With the right client, just being in his presence will be enough.
I will find this woman because she has made me interested in finding her.
Well, I suppose after your
Has
week of service.
Yes, I believe we need to start now.
Very well. So, did you have any other questions? I do feel like I'm shortchanging you, and I want to ensure that you all three feel that this has been equitable.
Did she say did she mention any intermediaries that she might have used to find you?
Intermediaries? Oh dear. Well, I suppose you could have considered the individual who introduced us. Yes, Raibin Daikan is the gentleman who introduced her to me. We'll put his name in chat. Raibin Daikan. He's a general mercenary here in town. well connected and a bit of an information broker. He's very skilled at what he does, but refuses to work for me, saying he has standards, as if I didn't, or would technically employ him other than for blackmail. No, Rybin is not the type that would last long here. But being able to get a little bit of dirt on the man would be beneficial for me as a merchant. Tell you what, if you manage to get some dirt on Rybin, I'll reduce our terms to 6 days.
I turn and look at Stinky.
Do you know where we can find
See, because he's the
Ryben?
one who.
Oh, yes, I do.
And
And what?
are you going to share with us where we can find Ryben?
Oh, I could, of course. But why would I, unless you agree to get me dirt on him?
Oh, of course, I'll be more than happy to get dirt on him for you.
I meant information that I can use against him, not simply filth upon him.
I meant none other than information.
Very well. He's located down near the docks, behind the Last Drop Tavern. There's a small alleyway that he likes to frequent as he watches the ships go by. Some fascination with knowledge.
That sounds weird.
Why? An information broker seeking knowledge?
In an alley.
Of course. Where do you gather your information from?
Well, I will admit, at least I do go in the tavern.
Ah. Well, if this is any evidence, you choose the most posh and privileged locations to collect your information from. After all, the Wildflowers is elite. Did you have any other questions that I can answer for you?
Well, I suppose since we're going to be here for a while, can you recommend a good place for us to stay? We need room. We need a room.
Oh, you can stay here at the Wildflowers. We have a couple guest rooms that are currently vacant.
Well, that would be greatly appreciated, and I would be glad to pay you for your services.
Oh dear, I believe I'm still in your debt slightly as far as the loan of your patron here.
Okay, we'll gladly accept then if that's okay with you.
Very well. A pleasure as always. I always enjoy having new clientele within.
Hey,
Now, well, we will have...
Before we go,
Yes,
I just had one more question.
of course. Just
So,
one
after all-
or more than one?
One for the time being.
Very well. Ask away.
After all. Well, we just haven't been properly introduced. May I have your name?
Young lady, that's the oldest trick in the book. No, you may not. But I will tell you my name. My name is Kove, of the Wildflowers of Bilgewater, formerly of Ashelion, and now true power behind the shipments of the Fey Realms. I lead the guilds.
Oh, Kobe, it was a pleasure.
Of course, and I'd love to return the pleasure to you. Did each of you have entertainment for the evening already selected? Or should I send some up? As he will gesture to a table that has a series of keys on it.
No, I'm afraid I'm quite fatigued after our journey, and I must write a letter home to my children. So I believe that's what I will be doing this weekend, or this evening.
Oh, children! A mother.
I have 7.
Wow.
Well, yes.
Quite the accomplishment. You are to be congratulated.
Oh, thank you, sir. They are fine children.
Are you still married?
No, I am a widow. My husband was killed many years ago.
How do you find gainful employment currently, if I may ask impertinently?
Oh, I do well. I do receive a pension from the king of Shantari Grove.
Knights call
My
himself.
husband's
I'm
service.
familiar with the name.
Yes. Um, my husband was in his service at the time of his death.
My
And
condolences.
the king very kindly said he could not leave my family destitute, and he's paid us a pension every year since then.
Quite
He's
generous.
a kind man.
Oh, yes. Quite kind and an excellent client.
Not so much if you haven't been sending him his orders.
Oh, no, we haven't seen him for quite some time, but when he does come to visit, well, he's always receiving 5 stars from his attendants.
Ah, I understand.
He smiles. Please enjoy your rooms, compliments of the house, and if you change your mind as far as entertainment for the evening, please let me know.
Thank you, Kobe.
Now you, Mr. Cloud, we have a lot of work to do. Are you ready to begin?
The Stinky takes a deep breath, sighs, and goes, "Let's go."
He gestures to the door right through there, and Akotali will assist you in getting prepared.
And then he just starts lumbering over there.
All right. So, do our ladies go upstairs to their bedrooms?
I think I am. I need to digest all that we've learned so far.
Okay.
I think I might see if there's any kind of common area.
There's a small one, yeah.
I'm mostly just gonna go there and try to listen in on what people are talking about.
Awesome. Cool. So we will get there in a moment. I just need to get Mr. Cloud off into the makeover area with Akatali. The burly Yuan T with purple hair and purple scales looks at you as you come in and grunts at you. He gestures to a large barber's chair.
And I go over, look at him, and I just kind of grunt again and sit down, more of a flop.
As you flop into the chair, he speaks to you. Oh, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fix your scales and make sure that everything's exactly like it should be. We want to make you as attractive as possible.
And then I look at him and go, okay.
Oh, dear. We're going to have to work on that voice. Oh, but we can take care of that. After all, illusions are a thing for a reason, aren't they?
And I look at him and grunt and go, yeah.
That's much better. Okay, well, let's start with these scales. And he will break out a brush and begin to give you a full makeover from head to toe. And it's going to take the better part of 3 days to get you into shape for dealing with people or your first client. Now, we're going to pan the camera over to the common area where Kalane is currently engaged with a couple of the, for lack of a better term, workers who are located here at the Wildflowers. We're going to put them on the screen for you because that's fun, right? Great. There we go. So, off in the corner, there is a woman with dark skin and green hair, brown and green hair. She's wearing a white gown and she's lounging. She smiles at you. Oh, hi. Are you new?
Yes, very new. Are you?
Oh, no, I've been here for quite a while. Nice to meet you. My name is Nimara.
Nice to meet you, Namara. I am Kalane.
A pleasure. This over here is Seraphine, and she gestures to a woman in a green dress with purple hair. And that over there, where was her name? That over there is Castellus. So, are you going to be working with us?
Oh, not yet. Perhaps if it might help. But no, for now, just visiting.
Oh, visiting! Oh, so not a client.
Well, not a client.
Not a
yet.
client, not a
Perhaps if it
coworker.
might help out.
Understood.
Yes, well, my friend is going to be. I dropped my voice to her. Going to be working here for a few days.
Oh, you're an employer.
He doesn't contradict that because that wouldn't be, because it wouldn't be true. But she also doesn't clarify any further because it's like, yeah, what? How do you even define this situation?
Castellus is going
But,
to look at you. So, what'd you bring in?
Oh, Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Big one, small one. What are we talking?
Big and muscular and scaly.
Huh.
Powerful in more ways than one.
I may end up with a session with him then. We'll see what Kove says. I'll have to get comfortable. I'm not a fan of that. I'm more of the soft and gentle type, you know. As long as they like nature and a good silly time. That's more my speed. What about you?
Oh, I'm open to things.
Well, if you're ever open, let me know. So,
Oh,
what brought you to Bilgewater? It wasn't just to come in and visit the wildflowers, obviously.
there's a mystery afoot.
Mystery? Welcome to Bilgewater. Everything here's a mystery. Cove makes sure of that.
Makove's at the heart of this one.
Cove's at the heart of everything.
What's he like?
Fair, honest, never have a problem with him. Treats us well, and kills anyone who mistreats one of us. Perfect host. He's really quite nice. A little bit secretive, but takes very good care of us. He realizes that we're an investment and wants to make sure that we're taken care of. They're right. He does exactly what he says. No more, no less. He understands the value of friends.
Good to know. I heard about a new friend he made.
They look at you expectantly.
I heard that he had eyes like dusk and hair like night.
Oh, yeah. I know her. Yes, we've seen her
You know that-
around. That bitch.
Sounds unpleasant. What don't you like about her?
Her whole attitude, like she's better than everybody else. Like she's never actually done anything here. But she comes in and just has an attitude like she should own the place. Cove turned her down, like he should. Thank goodness. If she had taken over, I would have left. As would have I.
Really?
I wouldn't have felt comfortable being here.
Turned her down? I heard he made a deal with her.
Of course he makes a deal with her. He makes deals with everybody. But to sell the place? To turn over ownership? Never.
Oh. You know who she was?
Some woman from Shellian. She seemed noble, but ostentatious and self-confident. She didn't seem nice.
I've never met someone from Ashalian. Are they all like that?
Yeah, everyone I've ever met is. They come into the place thinking that they're better than you. They show up and are all, oh, we used to be in Titania's court. We're better because we're rich and we're wealthy and we're beautiful. You know how hard we have to work in order to get like this? Cove takes great care of us to make sure that we're as good as we can be. But even we don't match up with the people from Ashelian. We try, we do our bests, but most of what we have here is a glamour.
Well, if it's a glamour, I couldn't tell. You three, I can see the effort you put in. I think you are all
Thanks.
radiant.
Flattery will get you far in this business. Obviously, you've made at least one friend and employed them gainfully. Keep it up. You'll find more friends in the future.
What I'm here to do.
You know, I think I did remember her name. I heard her tell Kove. Really? What'd she say? Something about Neverwhirl. Thalia Neverwhirl. That was it. That's what I remember. Figures.
You would never.
One of the
What a
inn
name.
people up in Ashellion. That's what we're just going on.
Turn that name over in my mind. Interesting name. Helene
My
wouldn't know
brain's
it.
going.
but-
I know.
I'm sorry, what was that? What'd you say?
I said that name keeps running through my mind, and that's very familiar.
So, any other questions you want to ask?
None that are particularly relevant. I'm just gonna keep the gossip going for a while, and it'll probably turn to much more mundane subjects. But have a good time.
Okay.
So whenever they have to go do their thing.
They're going to talk about ships and sailors and various clients that they don't name, but give generalities about. They're going to discuss the exotic activities that they have performed with and by clients. It is an education for you, Kalane. A veritable book that could be written on the topic. These three provide you with an entire evening of lucid, exotic detail that would provide you with an imagination that could last you weeks, if not years. So, what do you do from Shantara?
Well, read a lot of books.
I like reading books. Some
A
of my
little
clients
bit of
just want to
magic.
come in and have me read to them.
It's the best time.
It's okay. They just like cuddling and talking. So what are you doing in Shantara? How do you get paid?
Thought about this part.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Uh-oh. What's her job? Quick. Is she a guard? What's she do? Ranger?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sometimes I help out with a bit of hunting. Sometimes, if I come across a trinket, I might be able to sell it to the right person. Occasionally, a little bit of information, but often there's just a little bit of magic to be called upon. I get called upon.
So spy.
Oh no, nothing like that.
Collecting information, killing things that need to die. Sure sounds like a spy to me. She's teasing you.
such a salacious word that is.
Oh dear. No, it's not a derogatory statement here in the Wildflowers. We're all spies. We're here to listen, to learn what our clients say, to ensure that Cove knows. That's what we all do here. Isn't that what your employee does?
To tell you the truth, I don't know yet. I guess this is his test.
They giggle a little bit. Well, I hope he passes. Cove's very demanding. Do you know what he's going to be doing?
Oh, I didn't ask.
Probably
He actually
smart.
actually made the deal with Cove on his own, so it wasn't really my place.
Really? He volunteered. So he's got a little bit of an edge. Good for him. Cove will probably treat him
Seems like
right
he's
and only give him one client. Those are the best contracts. Well, you'll excuse me. I need to get ready for my next. Have a good night. Your name was Kalane, right?
Was, and yours was Seraphine?
She smiles and will come forward. I'd give you a hug, but you wouldn't like it. A pleasure. And she will smile at you, giving you a nod, and she will head out. Castellus here is going to nod at you. It's getting late. I need to get up early to do my workout. I'll have to wish you a good night. Unless you're looking for company.
Huh? He thinks about it for a moment. Perhaps another night.
Yeah. Figures. Chicken. She's going to go walking off. And lastly, Namara looks at you. I do hope you have a wonderful evening. Sleep well. She's going to stand up gracefully, like the dryad that she is. And she's going to leave. So, with the knowledge you've gained, would you go up to a bedroom?
I would knock on Addie's door.
Okay.
Addie looks through the little peephole. I said, yeah, come on in.
I got a name.
You got a name?
Well, I didn't get a name. Like I didn't get some. I learned a name. I didn't get someone's name. Still working. But we're looking for Alia Neverworld from Estelian.
Talia Netherworld. That name is just so familiar to me, but for the life of me, I cannot tell you from where.
I feel like there's power in that name.
I don't know.
There's just weight to it, you know?
Yeah. Estelian's so weird anyway, you know? Well, at least we have a place to start.
we have a place to start. We will start this up next week, as it's once again us against the gods. I hope you guys are enjoying this content, doing a bit of a flashback and backstory setup for what goes on in the Shintara Grove, etc. So, guys, we're going to end it there for today. As always, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. Do check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. We've got the GM tip videos and archives over on YouTube, with the clip contest going on, and we have the reference site over at toivoarpg.com. Lastly, we have the bottle openers and Vanguard Edition t-shirt right on the front page of gmeric.com for sale. Pick those up while you still can. Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. And before we end, I get to do this lovely announcement that we have a ton of campaigns now available as podcasts on YouTube, where you can go and listen to the entire campaign playlist directly on YouTube. So go check that out. Those will be coming to more platforms soon. So be ready for that.
you. They're easier to find.
I'm glad.
They are.
Those podcasts on YouTube are available. Just search for the campaign you're looking for. We have the Spirits End Fellowship. We have the Toyfone Trainwreck, the Awesome Blossoms, the Oh Gods Why. We have the Beneath Fallen Skies, the Feywatch, and Us Against the Gods. All of those are on there, as well as the Friday Night Lights. Have a wonderful week, guys. Please stay safe. I will be back this evening with a massive collaboration where I'm going to be participating in a roundtable with 6 other GMs, total of 7 GMs, and we are going to be answering a ton of questions. So come hang out tonight. That's at 7 p.m. Central Time here on Twitch. Take care, everybody. Be safe, and we'll catch you guys later.